and he has never really been easy for the Tigers. The Tigers tonight will counter on the mound with right-hander Steve Baker, the rookie, with a record of 1-0. And now for the play-by-play, here's colleague George Kell.
Thanks, Joe, and good evening, everyone. Here's the first pitch of the ball game, and it's a strike. LaFleur, Kemp, and Staub against the left-hander Jerry Garvin. This fella, as Joe pointed out, can be tough. Here's a liner to right field. This will be in for a hit. So LaFleur starts the ball game with a solid base hit to right field. Garvin beat us in Detroit on the second day of the season. And really, gang, we're right back where we started on opening day against the Blue Jays in Detroit. We're all even at 500, 31 wins, 31 losses. So we're starting a new year, Al.
Well, it's been a terrible month. I never would have believed, after the way the Tigers got off to such a great start, that they would just make the complete opposite turnaround. And they just have been struggling the last month of the season.
On the 19th of May, we were leading the league by one full game over the Red Sox. And on the 19th of June, Joe, we're 13 out. We are.
Looking a bit bleak.
Well, the Red Sox have another big ball game tonight in Fenway Park. They go at it in game number 2 against the Yankees. Red Sox won the first game of that crucial series. Here's a bunt, and it's foul. Boy, it's tough to bunt on this artificial turf. That would have been a one-hopper right to Hal.
Yeah, if you're going to bunt, you got to make sure that you hit the ball on the dirt part first. If you hit it on the fly, the ball is just going to pick up speed.
Garvin ready. Look out. It's almost a balk.
He's got a great move. He's picked off a lot of base runners.
Well, he gave every move in the world and finally went to first base with it. The one-strike pitch. He chops it towards second base. He'll make the play to first base. Kemp is out. LaFleur moves to second base. So the Tigers have a runner at second. One out, and the batter will be Staub. You get an entirely different view of the ball game from the dugouts in this ballpark. They are what you call ground field level. As Ralph Houck said a moment ago when we were down there, sitting there talking to him, it looks like you're just right in the game, like somebody's going to hit you a ground ball or a pop fly. Here you get a good look at it.
It was very similar to the dugouts in San Francisco's Candlestick Park.
Most dugouts are either down below the playing surface or they're elevated. This one is right on ground field level. One strike to stop. Garvin checks his runner. I'm sure Alan Ashby went out to warn Garvin to take a look at LaFleur. First pitch he delivered to Staub, he didn't even take a look at him, and Ron had a big lead. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Took a little off the curveball. Caught Rusty out front.
George, you had mentioned Garvin's pickoff move. Last year he picked off 22 base runners. Set an unofficial record that was tied by Steve Carlton.
It's unbelievable. 22.
I think what really makes his move so good is that when he lifts his leg to go to home plate, he lifts it parallel to the pitch and rubber. If he goes across his leg, he has to go home.
The 1-2 pitch to Staub. That'll make it 2-2. Well, we've got some beautiful weather here in Toronto.
Spectacular day, George. You really could enjoy a city like that. Walking the streets, outdoor cafes, just really spectacular day.
We arrived here on Sunday night. Yesterday was a great day. same as today. There's a ground ball to second. Easy play for McKay. Staub bounces out. LaFleur moves to third base with 2 outs, and the batter will be Thompson. The weatherman says we're going to have the same tomorrow night. And then it'll be back to Detroit for a big, big weekend series with the Yankees.
Number 30, Jason Thompson.
Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday afternoon with the Yankees. There's Jason with a runner at third and 2 outs. Good fastball. That's the first really good fastball that Garvin has thrown. Strike 2, another one right down the middle. 2 strikes to Jason.
Jason looks like he's looking for an off-speed pitch, breaking ball, or the screwball changeup that Garvin throws, because both of those fastballs look like they're right down the middle. He had to be guessing off-speed pitch.
There's a ground ball up the middle into center field. Just out of the reach of Gomez, who had shifted around. He was near the bag at second, but boy, it picked up speed once it went over the head of Garvin. So the Tigers take a 1-0 lead on the 2-out single by Thompson. And when's the last time you can remember a 2-out base hit that drives in a run, gang?
I can't remember. It's been so long ago.
It's been a long time.
I'd hate to have to look it up. It may take me a couple of weeks.
Thank goodness for AstroTurf.
Now, even with the AstroTurf, it looked like Gomez was going to be able to make the play, but just got out of his reach. Rodriguez, the batter, takes it up high.
George, I felt the guys look really determined to really snap out of this thing, and it's been well reported that manager Ralph Houck was upset in the bus the other night and just let the players know it's time to quit playing around and really get on with it.
They should be determined. They should be. And as you say, Ralph upset at their actions, and he let them have it pretty good, and it was time, maybe past due. Ralph is a very patient man. He'll go so far, and then boom, he'll let you have it.
You know, it's not so bad to lose. I mean, it's bad enough to lose, but it's the way you lose, you know, when you keep making the mistakes over and over again. And sure, it's a young team, you expect them to make mistakes, but you also expect them to learn by them.
The 2-1 pitch to Rodriguez. We'll make it 3-1. I was talking to Ralph in the airport in Toronto while we were waiting on our bags, and I could just sense this thing building up in him, that, you know, his patience had been exhausted. He had just about taken as much as he could. High fly ball to right. It's going to be an easy play for Hutton. He puts it away, and the inning is over. But the Tigers get a run on 2 hits, 7 no errors, a man left. We go to the bottom of the first. Tigers 1, Toronto.
Definitely have to get ahead more. That's the games I've thrown where I've thrown bad, I've gotten behind the hitters, and they always sit back to my fastball. Even though I got a good one, when you get behind, they sit back, they'll smack the heck out of it, and that's what's happened a few times.
Well, we go to the bottom of the first. Here's Willie Upshaw to lead off for the Blue Jays, and he takes a strike. Upshaw, Baylor, and Howell will be the Toronto batters. 1-0, the Tigers lead. This is Steve Baker, and he delivers. High foul that'll be out of play. Boy, we've got a good crowd on hand. They really turn out for baseball here in Toronto. It's a great city, great sports city, great in every way. The 2-strike pitch. He struck him out. It was a change-up curveball, and Willie Upshaw strikes out. That'll bring up Bob Baylor, the center fielder. Well, early in the year when we played the Blue Jays, Baylor was on the injured list. He's probably their best ball player. There's a strike at the knees. Baylor was originally a shortstop, moved to center field because they needed him more out there. Ground ball to third. Quick throw across the infield by Rodriguez. So there's 2 outs in the first inning, and the batter will be Roy Howell.
George, a quick look at the stats, and looking at Baker's strikeout ratio, it's the second best on the club. That's 24 for him in his 30th inning of work. The only man to be close to that is John Hiller. In his 47 innings, he struck out 43.
Baker has won here tonight. He got upshot to start the game. Baylor on a bouncer to third, and the batter is Howell. He fouls it away.
Joe, I like that interview with Baker. He seems like he has his head on pretty good. He knows what he has to do. Now the secret, if he can put it in motion.
Yeah, tremendous maturity for a 21-year-old young man, and really, as you mentioned, he knows what he's doing up there.
Bouncing ball to short. Trammell across the infield. He got him. So the Blue Jays go out 1-2-3 in the first inning, nothing across, and the score at the end of 1. The Tigers won, and the Blue Jays nothing.
The Yankees in Milwaukee are deadlocked for third, 8 full games back, and Detroit is back in 5th place at 31-31, 13 games down. Cleveland 17 games back, and Toronto bringing up the rear with 23 games, 23 and a half, I should say, off the pace. Garvin facing Mickey Stanley, Lance Parrish, and Alan Trammell in the second inning.
The pitch to Stanley is a slow curve, and he got him for a strike. Stanley, Parrish, Trammell against the left-hander in the second inning. Tigers scored in the first inning, in case you joined us late. LaFleur led off with a single, went to second on a ground out, third on a ground out, and scored on a 2-out single by Jason Thompson. The 1-1 pitch to Stanley. High pop fly. This is going to get into the crowd. About 5,000 youngsters here tonight. I had most of them on the field before the ball game. It was autograph night, and they were getting the autograph of the Blue Jays. There's a pop-up. Third baseman Howell will put it away. So Mickey Stanley's out on a pop-up to the third baseman. That'll bring up the catcher Lance Parrish.
It looks like Garvin is throwing more fastballs tonight than he has before, because he's hit a couple of the Tigers on the fist, and I'm sure they're looking out over the plate for the screwball and the change-up curveball, and he seems like he's throwing more fastballs tonight.
Garvin has lost 5 straight games. He has not won since April 30th. The pitch to Parrish. That'll make it ball 2 and no strikes. Garvin ready. And the pitch. Checked his swing and is 3-0. He'll be followed by Trammell. A ball 3 and a no strike count. And he walked him. This is the first walk of the ball game. Parrish at first base with 1 out. John Mayberry alongside Parrish, and the batter is Alan Trammell.
The shortstop, number 3, Alan Trammell.
Ralph said before the game tonight, he said, I thought maybe we might have some trouble with our kids, you know, after they'd been around the league a time or two. But he says, boy, I'm so proud of Trammell and Whitaker. They have really held together through all this losing streak. They've played as well or better than anybody. And I think that's right.
Well, the secret, of course, to winning is everybody has to play well. You know, you can't make the same mistakes, the base running, the defensive plays. You just can't do it here in the Major League and win.
There's a strike. That'll make it 1-1 to Allen. Runner at first, 1 out. Look out, look out. Oh, there's a good move, and he gave him the super move then. You could see it developing, and Parrish was a little bit late getting back.
And he didn't have a big lead either.
No, he didn't. He'd been one more step off. He's out. Pop fly down the right field line. Ball's curving foul. It's going to be out of play.
George, if memory serves, I'm sure that Garvin picked somebody off in the opener back in Detroit, and I think he might have picked somebody off up here in Toronto the next week.
He did get somebody in Detroit because we were talking about it.
I think it might have been LaFleur.
Roger Shea says it was LaFleur.
Well, that makes it final.
That's good enough for me. Fly ball center field. Baylor coming hard. Still coming. He's got it. Throw to first, and he's back in time. Well, Baylor gave Parrish a good decoy. Then he made the Willie Mays basket catch.
Don't see that much anymore.
No, that went out with Willie Mays. You know what replaced that, Joe? The one-hand catch.
Oh, the one hand, the hot dogger.
Oh, the one-hand catch. The Willie Montanez catch.
Yeah, they didn't learn it from K-Line, I'll tell you.
I had enough trouble with 2. I wanted all the help I could get.
Well, you didn't make any mistakes in all that time, I'll tell you.
Whitaker goes for a fastball, and he missed it. 1 strike. Parrish at first base with 2 outs. We're in the 2nd inning. There's Lance. Tigers lead 1-0. Strike 2.
Al, does he throw a fork ball too?
He throws a screwball. Changeup.
Because their press guide says his top pitch is the fork ball, but I guess the guy that wrote it must have gotten confused.
Well,
with
it might be the fork ball that acts like a screwball.
I'll tell you one thing, gang. He's tough. He is tough. He has not won since April 30th, and that means nothing. Because he can beat you. 1 ball, 2 strikes. High foul that's going to get back in the crowd. Still a ball and 2 strikes to Lou Whitaker. Garvin delivers. Chopper towards second. Easy play for McKay, and the inning is over. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, a man left, and we go to the bottom of the 2nd. The Tigers 1, the Blue Jays nothing.
She can give you the 12 feet atop the padded wall around the base of the fence. So leading off in the 2nd inning now for the Toronto Blue Jays, it'll be Rico Carty, the designated hitter and the veteran, followed by John Mayberry, and then Tommy Hutton. Now Mr. Baker wants another baseball. In fact, I think Mr. Carty wanted another baseball. And the plate umpire Al Clark obliges as we turn it back to George.
The pitch to Rico is in for a strike. Blue Jays 1 out, 1, 2, 3 in the 1st inning. A strikeout, bouncer to 3rd, and a ground ball to short. Here's a ground ball to 2nd. Whitaker on the edge of the outfield grass. If you can find the outfield grass out there on the artificial turf. He was in shallow right field anyway.
Yeah, Rico doesn't run well anymore. The infield was particularly the short and second baseman were playing real deep, so you can afford to do that with a guy like Carty, and also same thing with Mayberry.
Prior to the game, I had a chance to talk with Mayberry about the Kansas City Royals, the team he was traded from, they went with a rookie named Clint Hurdle, and it seems they might like to use the bat of Mayberry again. I asked him about it.
Well, they got Clint Hurdle over there playing first, and he's a young guy. He's got a lot of potential. He was the most valuable player in the league in AAA league last year. It takes him a little while to get going. I think he'll do the job.
How about you? How have you accepted the change over here?
Well, I'm playing every day. I think if I had been over in Kansas City, I might not have been playing. I might have been pinch hit, and I didn't want to get the label of being a pinch hit because I believe I can still hit 25 or 30 home runs a season.
John Mayberry talking to Joe before the ball game, and here he is, taking a strike at the knees. Twice this year, he's had 2 home runs in 1 game. Curveball is in for a strike. Let's pause for station identification. And the pitch to Mayberry is foul back to the screen. Well, Baker came at him with a fastball, then a curve, and came right back with a good live fastball. There's a liner into the corner and right. Stanley plays it on the first hop, and Mayberry is on with a base hit. That's the first Blue Jay hit from their first base runner.
George, Mayberry has 32 RBIs this year, but he's not gone more than 2 games without at least 1 RBI since the first week in April. It's pretty consistent.
Now, he has really hit better, I think, than Kansas City thought he would. Kansas City really had given up on him. Tommy Hutton, the batter. Tommy takes it outside. This fellow's a first baseman, too.
Yeah, came up with the Dodger organization, was traded over to the Phillies, and very good guy to have around on the bench. He can do a lot of things for you. He was telling me before the game that they had played 4 doubleheaders in 8 games, except when they had a single game schedule, it was like an off day.
He takes a strike. It's 1-1. That is Al Clark behind the plate tonight. Bill Kunkel at first base, Ted Hendry, the umpire, at second, and Terry Cooney is on at third. Chopper in front of the mound. Baker will have to go to first, and Mayberry goes down to second. So Tommy Hutton is out, pitcher to the first baseman. That's out number 2, and the batter will be Dave McKay.
The second baseman, number 39, Dave McKay.
One to nothing, the Tigers lead. We're in the second inning. Baker trying to hold them off. Look out. Boy, that one hit on the facing of the Blue Jay dugout, and I'm sure scattered a few people.
You mentioned before, George, there's no place to duck in those dugouts.
No. And a lot of players stand up in those dugouts, so they're really good targets. Here's a chopper to third. Rodriguez, long throw, and he got him. So McKay bounces out, third to first. Baker gets out of a little jam. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, a man left. And at the end of 2, the Tigers won, and the Blue Jays nothing.
This year, he started, went 8 2/3 innings in Detroit on April 8th. The second game of the season, he beat Jim Slayton 5-2. He also started the Blue Jays home opener on April 14th, but he was not around for the decision. The Blue Jays took a wild and windy 10-8 victory over the Tigers. Top of the third, George.
Ron LaFleur will lead it off. He had a base hit, scored a run in the first inning. Tigers have 1 run on 2 hits. The Blue Jays no runs on 1 hit. Jerry Garvin delivers a curve down low. Makes it ball 2 and no strikes. Both Tiger hits came in the first inning. Foul tip. 2 and strike 1. Tiger coaches Dick Trzaskowski at first base and Freddie Hatfield on at third. And the 2-1 pitch to LaFleur. This may reach the seats, going foul and out of the reach of Mayberry and McKay. Gang, you remember when we were here in April, don't you?
It was cold.
We had a snow shower to beat all snow shower. We couldn't even see the center field fence when the game started.
I think it was about 28 when we started one ball game. 3-2 to Ron LaFleur.
I'll never forget Ernie Harwell. He had so many coats and hats on, he looked like he had his dog sled outside waiting for him.
And the payoff pitch. Ground ball up the middle, base hit. LaFleur drills it through the middle into center field. That's his second hit, number 3 for the Tigers.
Well, this is a good sign, seeing Ronnie getting these base hits up the middle in right field, and this is the way he has to hit, and it seems whenever he's going good, the Airball Club scores runs.
The left fielder, number 33, Steve.
Taking a look at it here as LaFleur bangs it hard up the middle into center field. McKay making a bid for it, but it was out of his reach. Here's Kemp. He bounced out his first time up. Ground ball to second. This will be a double play. It was tailor-made. You get one like that on the AstroTurf, and it is tailor-made. McKay had the ground ball in his glove before Kemp dropped his bat. Rusty Staub, the batter. He takes a strike. Oh, it was down low, says Al Clark. 2 outs, nobody on. We're in the third. Long drive down the right field line. Hutton back at the fence as far as he can go. He leaps and he's done it. Rusty Staub making a bid for a home run. Tommy Hutton going back as far as he can go. Leaps at the fence. Watch this as Hutton right back at the barrier. Leaps high.
American League game ever played in Detroit? We'll have the answer for you in the middle of the next inning. And I asked George a question about it, and he says, why, did you think I was there? No, George, I didn't. It's just that I know you're...
The way you said it,
I mean, you know,
like I was in the starting lineup that day.
I just know that you're up on the history, that's all.
Alan Ashby will lead it off. He takes it up high. Tyrus Raymond Cobb was not even there.
Yeah, that's right. He wasn't even born.
Baker delivers down low. Ball 2 and no strikes. Alan Ashby waiting on the 2-0 pitch from Baker. He takes a strike. Looks like he's throwing good tonight, Al.
Oh, he is. Looks like he's got real good command of his fastball. The only time he's got hurt was he hung a curveball to John Mayberry, and Mayberry pulled it for a base hit.
There's a high fly ball that may get into the crowd. Kemp chasing it, and it does.
But you know, as tough as the Tigers are going right now, the Blue Jays, they went through a rough part of the schedule. They played Boston and New York for 15 consecutive games. They managed 4 wins. That's like going to purgatory, isn't it?
I'd say they did pretty well, wouldn't you?
They're getting 4, that's right.
4 out of 15 with those 2 ball clubs. The 2-2 pitch to Ashby. Ooh, he almost hit him. 3-2. Tell you the way the Red Sox are going right now. Anybody that beats them has had a good night, a good week. Here's a long drive to right field, way back, and it's gone. Alan Ashby. a mile.
That's only his second home run of the year, George.
Well, you don't see that very often with Ashby. A moment in history here.
No, he doesn't hit anything. Take a look at this now. He got every bit of it. Went over the fence near the 375 mark and cleared the fence well. That'll bring up Luis Gomez. Little shortstop, batting in the number 9 position. Takes a pitch down low. Well, we're tied at 1 apiece here in the 3rd inning. Ball 2 and no strikes. Staub just missed a home run in the top of this inning, and Ashby left no doubt as he drilled it high and far over the right field fence. And it's 3-0 to Gomez. Baker hasn't walked anybody, but he's in danger, and he has now. Gomez at first base with nobody out. The batter will be Willie Upshaw. Willie struck out in the 1st inning.
Number 26, Willie Upshaw.
Tigers are looking for the bunt. There goes the runner. Boy, he had a big jump. Throw is into center field, but he won't go any farther. He stole second base on the pitcher, Steve Baker.
You know, I still think with a good throw we'd have gotten the ball tailed into the runner.
Yeah, I think we would have had. Let's look at it again here. You can see the throw was there, but it tailed into the second base side of the bag, as you could see, and Trammell couldn't get his glove on it. Parrish made a whale of a play to get rid of the ball and get it down there.
George, that's Gomez's first base stolen this year in 6 attempts. He was 0 for 5.
A bouncing ball up the middle. Trammell's going to have to hurry. He got him. Good play by Trammell. Ball took 2 big hops, one over the head of the pitcher and then one high in the air. Trammell had to reach up, get it. Hurry the throw to first to get Upshaw. Watch this now. Watch Trammell as he moves in. He's got to almost wait for the ball to come down. Grabs it high in the air and throws on the dead run, and he got him. So Bob Baylor will bat with a runner at 3rd base and 1 out. Everybody's in but the shortstop. A strike to Baylor.
It's a tough hitter to have up there, Al, the man on 3rd.
He hits the ball all over. He's, as George said before, he's probably their best ball player, and he can hit the ball any place. Good back control.
He bounces it to short, exactly where he wanted to hit it. Anywhere else, they would have made a play at the plate, but he hit it down to Trammell, and the run comes in. So the Blue Jays take a 2-1 lead here in the 3rd inning. Rather an easy run. A walk, a stolen base, a couple of ground outs, and they're out in front.
Number 13, Roy Howell.
This is Roy Howell, the 3rd baseman. He's 0 for 1. Pitch is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Alan Ashby started this inning with a home run. That tied the ball game. And a walk to Gomez. And the Blue Jays lead it 2-1. Ball 3, no strikes. And the pitch to Howell. He walked him. That's the 2nd walk given up this inning by Baker. Puts Howell at first base with 2 outs, and the batter will be Rico Carty.
The designated hitter, number 21, Rico Carty.
Rico bounded out to second base in the second inning. He checks his swing and hits a ground ball. It's cut off by Rodriguez. He'll go to first, and Carty is out. But the damage is done. They get 2 runs on only 1 hit. A couple of walks in the inning, a man left, and at the end.
Well, we're ready to go to the top of the 4th inning for the Tigers, now trailing 2-1. It'll be Jason Thompson leading off with Aurelio Rodriguez to follow, and then Mickey Stanley against the left-hander Jerry Garvin.
The pitch to Jason is in for a strike. Jason had a 2-out single in the first inning. He batted in the Tiger run. 1 run, 3 hits for the Tigers, 2 runs on 2 hits for Toronto. There's a curve outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fly ball, left field. Willie Upshaw is there. He'll make the grab. So Jason Thompson is out. 1 away in the 4th inning, and the batter will be Rodriguez. Aurelio flied to right field his first time up.
The third baseman, number 4, Aurelio Rodriguez.
There's a bunt attempt, fouled away. 1 strike to Aurelio. Not too tough to hit a home run in this park. It's only 330 down each line. 374, 75 up the power alley. That's the screwball or the forkball that breaks down and away from the right-handed batters.
George, all the players like to hit in this ballpark because the fences are not very deep, and also the fact that they have the AstroTurf.
There's a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hard to believe that Garvin has not won since April 30th. Ground ball to third. Roy Howell across the infield. Good pickup by Mayberry. So Rodriguez is out. 2 down. The batter will be Stanley. Take a look at the replay of it. Howell taking plenty of time to make the throw. Throws it in the dirt, and you could see Mayberry as he scooped it up with no trouble. Mickey Stanley popped it up his first time up. Oh, he was trying to tie the ball game up with 1 swing. One strike to Stanley. Here's a long drive way back, and he got a tie ball game. Well, Mickey was trying to tie it up with the first swing, and he got it. A line shot into the lower deck in left field, and we got a 2-2 ball game.
Yeah, it was nice to see.
Well, he's been just missing them. He's been having real good cuts the last few games that he's been able to start and play regular, and he finally hit one, and he tagged it really good. Line drive.
Let's take a look at it. You see the swing of Stanley. He got it all. It was a line drive. He never did get it up into the air much. And no doubt about it as it sailed into the lower deck. Here's Parrish. Takes a strike.
George Parrish was really losing some drives in batting practice today. He was hitting them halfway up into those seats, and that is a long, long way out.
He fouls this one away, and it's going to be in the crowd. So it's a strike 2 count to Parrish. Well, a couple of home runs in the ball game. Alan Ashby has hit one for the Blue Jays. Mickey Stanley for the Tigers, and we got a 2-2 ball game. Oh, he got him. Fastball that caught the inside corner, and Parrish is called out on strikes. 1 run in the inning on the home run by Stanley. And at the end of 3.5 innings of play, the Tigers 2 and the Blue Jays 2. I remember that game. Well, I remember it well. What year was that?
That had to be in the maybe around 1900, I would imagine, the turn of the century. Well, it'll be John Mayberry leading off for the Blue Jays here in the bottom of the 4th, followed by Tommy Hutton and Dave McKay against young Steve Baker with a record of 1-0 and a good earned average of 2.73.
John Mayberry had a base hit his first time up. He got the first hit off Baker. They've only had 2. Alan Ashby had a home run, then a walk. Got the next run in. Bouncing ball up the middle. It's going to be a base hit. Mayberry bounces it through the middle into center field. So this young man is 2 for 2 against Baker.
How far
Take a look at it now here, Al, as it bounces right through the middle. Trammell goes a mile after it, but he just couldn't catch up.
The right fielder, number 14, Tommy Hutton.
We'll bring up Tommy Hutton, who bounced to the mound in his first trip. Tigers 2 and the Blue Jays 2. We're in the 4th inning. Pitch is just outside, says umpire Al Clark. 1 ball, no strikes. High fly ball into shallow right. Long way for Stanley. Boy, now they're taking charge out there. Whitaker was going to have a tough play. He was going back to get it, and Stanley just kept coming and called him off of it and made the play.
Well, that's a secret for an outfielder, never to give up and never anticipate. Always go as if it's your ball, and then if you can't get it, then the infielder has to take it. But it's so important that the outfielder never give up and always try to catch every ball he can.
Now that's the value of a veteran out there too. Mickey actually made that play look easy, and it wasn't easy at all.
No, it wasn't. I would have been disappointed though if Mickey hadn't called him off and made the play. He's such a pro and takes command. Ground ball to second. Could be a double play. Let's see if the kids turn it. They do. Whitaker to Trammell and back to first. No runs in the inning on 1 hit. We're going to look at it again. As you can see, Whitaker turning it over. A 2-1 lead, and then Stanley tied it up in the 4th inning with a home run. So we go to the 5th inning. Alan Trammell will lead it off, and moving into the mic, all set to bring you the play-by-play. Here's Joe Pellegrino.
All right, George. Garvin with the first pitch is high and away for a ball to Alan Trammell, the shortstop. Young man, 21 years old. The Tigers' 2nd selection in June of the 1976 draft, and it looks like he's going to be at shortstop for a long time to come. It's a foul back on the screen, and the count runs to 1-1 on Trammell. Tigers trying desperately to break the throes of that 7-game losing streak that they're in. They are winless on this road trip to Kansas City, Minnesota, and now Toronto before returning home on Thursday night against the Yankees, and they'd sure like to come home with some wins in the column. Breaking ball hit to right field, and the right fielder waiting out there is Hutton, and he puts it away easily for the out. So there's 1 down in the top of the 5th inning for the Tigers, and it brings up Trammell's partner out by the Keystone area, Lou Whitaker. Lou grounded out to the second baseman McKay back in the 2nd inning. He came into the game hitting at .299. As George mentioned, the young kids have held up well throughout the slump. Another ground ball out to McKay. Another easy play, and Whitaker is down for the 2nd time the same route. So to bring the top of the order, Ron LaFleur, who has done well tonight. He singled in the 1st inning and scored, and then singled again in the 3rd inning, but was wiped out in a double play ball by Steve Kemp that was about as tailor-made as you could find. And Howell plays LaFleur adjacent to the bag at 3rd. But Ronnie hasn't bunted too much this year as he takes a breaking ball inside. We're 2-2 in the 5th. Big game again up there in Boston tonight, the Yankees and the Red Sox. There's a hot shot, one hopper out there to Gomez. A long throw over to first to Mayberry in time, and so the Tigers go quickly and quietly in the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. And at the end of 4 1/2, the Tigers 2 and the Blue Jays 2.
There's Alan Ashby to lead it off as we go to the bottom of the 5th, and here's Joe.
All right, George. Baker made a mistake to Ashby. He grooved that fastball, and Ashby parked it over the right field wall for his 2nd home run of the season back in the 3rd inning and gave the Blue Jays their 1st run in the 2-run 3rd inning. The pitch is in for a ball. And to let you know how infrequently Ashby hits home runs, that was his 2nd of the year and only the 14th in his career. 2 hopper down to Jason, and Jason will take it by himself, and Ashby is out. So there's one down here in the the bottom of the 5th inning. It'll be Luis Gomez, the shortstop. He walked back in the 3rd inning, stole second base, and then came on around to score in a ground ball by Baylor. That gave the Blue Jays their 2nd run. Kind of a weak hitting last 3 hitters in the batting order of the Blue Jays. McKay at 248, Ashby at 197, and Gomez, the 9th hitter, hitting at 221. Al, I guess that's a threesome that the pitchers have got to hate to see get on base.
Yeah, that's right. You know, it's almost a crime when they do get bases, and what you don't want to do is really walk them. But Gomez played out his options and came over here from Minnesota. Good fielder. Was with Minnesota for 4 seasons, actually. Last year batted .246 in 32 games, and he is still looking for his first major league home run. Hopefully we won't see it tonight as he takes a strike. It's a ball and 2 strikes from the right-hander Steve Baker, 21-year-old native of Eugene, Oregon. His family owns and publishes the Eugene Register-Guard newspaper. Pop fly down the right field line. Stanley is right there playing Gomez perfectly, and he takes it in fair territory for the 2nd out. So it's 2 down, and the top of the order will come up now. Willie Upshaw, who has not played much, or at least in the first part of the season, but is now seeing a lot more action of late. Came into tonight's play hitting at 289. He was the Blue Jays' first selection at the Major League Draft in December of '77 from the New York Yankees AAA roster. And one of 8 players taken by Major League clubs at that time, resides in Blanco, Texas. Willie Upshaw. The pitch just misses.
Joe, at Fenway Park in Boston, Butch Hobson has just hit a 3-run homer in the 2nd inning. And the Red Sox have taken a 3-0 lead off Gully.
They got to be dancing in the town square. Couple of hops out to Lou Whitaker. Should be no trouble in time, and Upshaw is retired, and the Blue Jays go down in order. 1, 2, 3 in the 5th. At the end of 5 full now, it's the Tigers 2 and Toronto 2. Hello there.
Bellevue Photo Camera Day is back. On Sunday, July 23rd, you'll be able to take your camera right down onto the playing field and photograph your favorite Blue Jay players and coaches before the game with the Oakland A's. Everyone with a camera will also receive a free roll of color film. And you'll also have a chance to win one of 75 great cameras to be given away during the game. That's Bellevue Photo Camera Day, Sunday, July 23rd. The left fielder, number 33, Steve Kemp.
Steve Kemp will lead it off for the Tigers in the 6th inning in a 2-2 ball game. And, Joe, we need some runs.
Well, let's try and get some here. Kemp takes a breaking ball in for a strike. Kemp continues to lead the majors in bases on balls. He's got 56, and he is 2nd in the loop on on-base percentage, 442 behind Rod Carew's 447. There's a high fly to left center field. Baylor drifting back, still going back near the warning track, and over the shoulder he makes the catch as that ball continued to drift. There is a breeze up there, Al, isn't there?
Yeah, it's blowing towards left center field, and he hit it. I think he hit it a little harder than Baylor really thought, and there you can see him just drifting under the ball. Outfielder should never drift under the ball. He should get there and then have to wait for it.
Well, Rusty Staub lost a bid for a home run back in the third. He had a long drive that Hutton went up against the barrier in right field about 355 feet or so. Took a little jump right in front of the barrier and caught it. Rusty 0 for 2 tonight. There's a ground ball hit out to McKay, playing deep. Gets it over to first in time, and he can afford that against Staub, who does not run that well. Or that quickly, let's say. Qualify that. So there's 2 down, and here's Jason Thompson. He got a single back in the first inning and drove in the Tigers' first run, following Ron LaFleur's single, and then he flied to left field in the 4th. Thompson came in tonight hitting at .293, 16 home runs on the club, and obviously the team leader in that respect. 6 behind Jim Rice, who leads the American League and the majors for that matter with 22. As Rice and the Red Sox revel in Boston. Beaten foul behind the plate, takes a couple of hops off the screen, and the count is 0-2 on Thompson, who along with Parrish in batting practice was putting on a show. And Jason told me that the ball really gets out of here well. He loves to hit in this park. Remember that home run he hit in that first series?
Still going.
It got up in the jet stream in right center, and I'll tell you,
Still going.
might be in Montreal. So the count runs to a ball and 2 strikes to Thompson. 2 out, nobody on. We're in the top of the 6th, and we are tied at 2-2. Pitch is inside. And the count runs at 2-2. Mickey Stanley tied the game in the 4th inning with his 2nd home run of the season. He drilled a liner about 6 rows deep in the stands and left. Garvin just misses on that screwball on the inside, trying to pick up the corner, and did not get it. Took something off of that one, and Jason out in front of it misses for the strikeout. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. At the end of 5 1/2, Detroit 2 and Toronto 2.